Peace, family. This brother High Tim coming at you live. Coming at you live and direct, right? Yo, Folk Tales for Grown Folks. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I want to send shouts out to my brother Kelvin. I want to send shouts out to Miss Ladybug, Tylese Brown Watson for tuning in. I want to thank everybody that may come in later. But I also, I also want to, my sister cracking jokes. I also want to send shouts out to the ancestor, Muhammad Ali. It's his birthday yesterday. Sunday was Martin Luther King's birthday. So we're going to get a little bit into some of that stuff too. But of course, we're going to run down the timeline. But first, I got to let you know you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I am your host, Brother Hatim. And this is Folk Tales for Grown Folks. And man, do I have a story for y'all. Stick around. Lines will be open at 9:15 so that people can start chiming in, because we can chop it up about the news, but we have to get to the folktale, because this folktale will reveal how African Americans have been dealt with in America, how we are being dealt with, right? And how, and it's going to bring up the conversation, how do we overcome it? Because we got to start having these heartfelt conversations that was sparked by our ancestors over 2,000. This story is at least 2,000 years old, and we don't even know if Aesop actually wrote it. Aesop was assigned the story, and Aesop came from somewhere where stories were a very important part of the teaching culture. Was part of the culture, right? Of course, this is a Heart of a Simba production. And I am your brother Hatim. And of course, you know my job is to blow up those old paradigms. So, to all my speaker family, I have to apologize. We got to go on and send some shouts out to the sponsors. I am a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent center. I pledge to find and connect with my center. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warrior and to assist all those seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Gye-Nyame prayers that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. Subscribe as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations within the Gye-Nyame journey. Peace. Now, you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey, and it won't be Gye-Nyame Journey if we do not get into this news. But before we get into the news, I have to send shouts out to that Ambrosia for sponsoring this show. And as hard as it is for me, in order for me to get the sponsorship of Ambrosia, I gotta crack one open every show. So, as you see, I have it in a protective glass right here, just in case it overflows. And I am going to pop the cap of this ambrosia, and then we will get into the show, because there's some news that we got to talk about, man. It is, once again, fuckery's afoot. It is afoot. It's running rampant. It's tearing up the community. Now, Brother D, I'm getting feedback from your phone. So I don't know if you listen to the show at the same time. All right, so I'm going to pop the top, hopefully. Ooh, there it go, there it go. Look at that, look at that. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. So now, this is a probiotic drink. It is basically known as kombucha. We call it that ambrosia because I honestly believe that it was the food of the gods. This is a living organism. It comes from a living organism and is excellent for you. Now, let me go on and read some of this stuff that the makers of ambrosia have provided me with. It is made from green tea and raw honey. Green tea has been made famous because it's used in weight loss industry, but it also packs a punch when it comes to overall health. Green tea is loaded with polyphenols that act as an antioxidant. It has compounds that improve brain function, may lower the risk of type 2 diabetes, and may also reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. Raw honey is antibacterial, antifungal, that helps in healing and cleaning wounds. It also helps with digestion. It soothes a sore throat, and it is filled with phytonutrients. The power behind the drinks is the fermentation process, and I could talk to you about the fermentation process. This is the law of science of alchemy. I honestly believe, because listen, I'm noticing that a lot of people around me are getting these autoimmune diseases. Correlation. I mean, cause is not causation. Correlation. A lot of people are not getting that much fermented food in their diets. A lot of these diseases were not hitting us when we were eating fermented food on a regular basis. We need to get back to eating some fermented foods, and guess what this is? Ooh. I even posted up a video where this dude was talking about how fermented foods provide healthy bacteria to your gut. And because these healthy bacteria feed the bacteria in your gut, right, is certain bacteria that are healthy for you that may even help the men. I mean, help women too, but I'm just letting y'all know, right? I'm just letting you know. Now, the video, this ain't Brother Hatim, the video says that, you know, it didn't say ambrosia, but it said drinking this drink will make them testicles bigger. Hey, who am I? You know what I'm saying? I'm just a guy who figured out how to make this stuff. And I'm the guy. Look at that. Look. Y'all hear that? Listen to it. Man, I make this, right? I mean, my sponsors make it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, look at that. That's the regular. I'm getting good. I wish you could have some with me. But hey, now let's get into the news. Brother D, you got anything you want to share?
Right now, no.
All right, cool. So let's get into this news real quick. All right. Don't just listen, family. 3 things you could do for me. Like, subscribe, but most importantly, share. Because I'm trying to build up the YouTube presence. I'm trying to build up the Facebook presence. I'm trying to build up the Facebook page. And I only could do that with your help. Right? Now, why? Why? Because I honestly believe that what we're doing with Gye-Nyame and our other family organizations can heal a lot of people. They say culture cures. We're promoting culture. A healthy culture. So, hey, go and spread the word. Healthy and fun culture. Speaking of fun, let me take another sip. All right, here we go. We're on the timeline of Gye-Nyame Journey. You go to the timeline on Gye-Nyame Journey. On Facebook, Gye-Nyame Journey. You can look it up. Facebook.com/Gye-Nyame Journey. I'm rolling down. Now, I just started a series where I am doing where I'm doing the knots. Now, y'all check that knot out right there. Check that knot out right there. Look at that. I just showed people how to do this knot this morning. This is one of the easiest knots to do, right? I call this a Pratt with benefits, right? Pratt knot is the easiest knot in the game. And I showed you how to take the Pratt knot, make it this thick when you got a sweater on, and do it like this. Now wait till what I show you tomorrow, right? Wait till what I post tomorrow. I'll show you what to do with the Pratt knot, right? Now, gentlemen, if you have to wear a tie to work, and you don't like wearing ties, you might as well find a way to make it fun. And gentlemen, if you like wearing ties, you might as well stand out, right? Just don't wear the same knot that everybody wear. Windsor? Who is Windsor? Have you ever asked that question? Who is Windsor? I know Pratt was a dude that worked for the federal government for about 40 years, and he just came up with his own knot, and he used it every day, and people just named the knot after him. You know what I'm saying? Boom, history right there. Boom. All right, so this old white dude came up with this knot. Probably didn't even come up with it, right? Probably was in the right place at the right time. They gave him credit for it, right? Now, what about Windsor? Where does that come from? Foreign hand knot. Where did that come from? Why are these names on these knots? Learn these knots, right? That's why I call my YouTube segment, I call it the Sacred Knot, right? Because when you look into the history of the knot, as a matter of fact, I'm going to pull out my workshop that I do for young people when I'm talking about knots. Knots were one of the first sciences that we mastered as humanity. Knots, since we talking about the Nguzo Saba challenge, knots are all about determination, because knots take separate things and tie them together. One is unity, and that knot represents that self-determination, that determination to stay together, right? When you tie in a knot, right, you're leaving a message. When you tie in a knot, you're using a piece of technology. And also, brothers, those of you that live in dangerous situations, a knot or a tie is a weapon, or it can be a weapon. I know y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. I keep on telling y'all messing with the wrong one. All right, so Sacred Knot, that's on my timeline. Go and check that out. Share it with your friends. You know what I'm saying? Let's start getting. Let's get some YouTube clicks up on this, right? All right. Daily Toast. I do a piece called Daily Toast, and on the Daily Toast, I speak about the Nguzo Saba challenge. I show you how to use the calendar, right? I already posted another link up so that those of you out there can start taking the Nguzo Saba challenge, right? Knots are used to keep things together. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call marriage tying the knot, right? It takes two separate things and make them one. And at that knot is usually the hardest place to break them apart, right? Powerful metaphor. You know what I'm saying? Something that we need in our community, right? Matter of fact, part of some of the rituals, some of our manhood rituals, we need to show individuals how to tie knots. That's why in the Boy Scouts, one of the classes that they have is how to tie knots, right? One of the first technologies. Very useful. All right, now, on the Daily Toast, on the Moja, for those that don't know, check out the Nguzo Saba Challenge. On the Moja, I talked about the Nguzo Saba Challenge. The Nguzo Saba Challenge is taking the days of the week, switching out the Nordic names, and putting in our African-centered names. Umoja, Kuchaglia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kuumba, and Imani. For those of you smart enough to figure it out, today is Kuchaglia, so you can find the order of the week right within Nguzo Saba. So today is Kuchaglia. I just finished filling out my slip because in here I created a form so people can keep track of their own personal progress while you're following these the Nguzo Saba during the week. And let me tell you what starts to happen. You start to notice the principles, right? We need to start calling on what we want in our life, right? I need less Moon Day, and I need more Moja in my life. You know what I'm saying? I need less Tuesday, and I need more Kuchaglia in my life, right? I need less Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And more Ujima in my life. I need less Thursday. I don't need Thor in my life. You know what I'm saying? Slamming this Nordic god, slamming the hammer. I need less Thursday. You know what I'm saying? My fault. Wooten Day. That's Wednesday. Wooten Day. I don't need Odin. Although Although the mythology on Odin is cold-blooded. Check this out, right? Odin has a saying. He says, I sacrifice myself unto myself. Dope mythology, but it's not ours. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to plug this back into ours. I sacrifice myself unto myself. He wanted to know the mysteries of the universe, so he strapped himself up to a tree and crucified himself for 9 days and 9 nights. No food, no water, hanging from the tree of life, looking down into the pool of reality until he was able to peer into the very essence of the universe and came back with knowledge. That's why they call him the All-Father in the Nordic tradition, right? Love those myths. But Wooten, I don't need more Wooten. I need more Ujima, right? I don't need Thor's Day. I need Ujima in my life. I need cooperative economics, right? That's what we need. So we need to start calling on these things, because when we call these days, we're calling on energies. Like I told you already, we shape our reality with our minds. Y'all got to get this shit. Listen to me. You got to get this. You shape your reality. We're shaping our reality with our minds. So what your oppressor does, it finds a way to guide and control your mind through little small things that you think are insignificant. Right? We looking for the big changes. I'm saying, dude, we're never going to get out this shit until we start making small little minor changes. Small changes. I had a saying called your small change to make a large change in the community. Right? And just by you refocusing what you call the days of the week, refocus your energy and refocus what you're looking for. And it also gives you a sense of power and a sense of ownership. You know why? Because you have decided to do it. And you have separated yourself. You're honoring yourself, right? Because when you honor something, you place it above and separate from everything else. Honor yourself. As they say, come out of her, my children, right? Come out of her. They got you caught up in these in their conventions and stuff. Somebody said, well, now we need to do something for the months. No, y'all got to come up with something for the months. I done did the week. Now y'all can do the 12 day. That's on y'all. I did my part, right? So also in the Nguzo Cyber Challenge, I have also posted up for you a form where you could track your own personal progress over the Nguzo Cyber Challenge. All right. Now I got the video on there, show you how to do both of them. I walk you through it. And all that is right on my page, Gye-Nyame Journey, on Facebook.com. Actually, it's on our page. New research is showing that willpower is not limited. This morning, I came with the research that said that our willpower is limited from some studies that they did with kids about 20 years ago. But now, they're saying that there's an argument on whether or not willpower is limited. So now I got to go back and do my research, but I wanted to make sure I came to y'all and I posted up on the Facebook page to let you know that there's some argument about that. So we might need to make that decision for ourselves. Is it limited? Is willpower limited, or is it not limited? And the reason we was talking about willpower this morning, because when I woke up this morning and I did the morning toast, because every day I toast the principle that we on, the first thought that came to me was determination, because I always focus on the ability to define, which is my favorite part of the whole Nguzo Cyber, especially in self-determination. My favorite part, being able to define yourself for yourself, but being able to define, right? Because this is a divine gift. This is a divine right that you have to be able to define. And when people take your ability to define, you might as well give up life. You're a zombie. Now, y'all think about it. Your whole reality has been defined for you. You know what I'm saying? You have been defined as a dumb or smart student. You have been defined as a problem or not a problem. You have been defined as an employee or not an employee. You've been defined as educated or not educated. You've been defined as poor, middle class, or upper middle class, or rich. You have been defined, right? What I'm saying is, as African people, as defined people, right?
as divine people that's listening to me, I don't care who or where you from, as divine people, you have the right to define you. Take it, right? So we was talking about determination, and the point that I always focus on that defining piece, but the word determination stuck with me this morning. It stuck with me this morning. It was stuck in my craw. You know what I'm saying? I said, determination. I need to focus on that. I said, what is the fuel of a person's determination? I said, well, damn, it must be the will. Right? So I started talking about the will, and I started talking about the limits, but then I did some research on it, and I found that it may not be limited. The willpower may not be limited. That might be some psychobabble that's been thrown on us. So we need to go on and decide and do our own research. Brother D, you can jump in anytime you want. I got another daily toast up. I want to send shots out to DJ Delford Chadbourne. He constantly posting up positive pictures. So now, we on to the Great Pumpkin. Great Pumpkin is in the news. First on CNN. This comes from CNN.com. Trump's cabinet pick invested in company. Then he introduced a bill to help it. Boy, listen. They don't even know what can of worms they're opening up, man. Really. Because I'm reading a book right now called The Road to Ruin. And this dude has been charting, not just charting, but he's been studying economics, which don't make him a super expert because nobody really understands economics, even though they lie and say they do, right? It's unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like it's like the universe in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? It's unpredictable. There's certain things that are predictable about it, but obviously not everything, because every 10 years we have a crash. And I'm saying every 10 years because we go back to 1987, or is it 88? We go back to 1998, which was 10 years later. We go to 2008, right? All those years, on a 10-year cycle, there was an economic crisis, and each one was bigger than the last one. In 2008, they had to bail out the banks. Now, what he's saying is that in the coming crash, because if you're doing your math, if the last one is in 2008, the next one will be when? Come on, say it with me. 2018, damn right, right? He's saying this one is going to be so big that the central banks will not be able to bail out the other banks. So they're going to have to go to a whole nother currency. I know we've been hearing this for a while, and I'm not doing this to be alarmist, but I'm saying, just in case, fam, we need to be prepared, right? Like I keep saying, that's why we go out to the woods. That's why we go camping. We need to have places where we're going to be able to meet. We need to be able to go on and stay out there if we need to, because it's going to get crazy in the cities when brothers and sisters who have worked hard all week decide that they want to go to the ATM, and the federal government has shut down the damn ATMs, because that's a possibility. That we was close to that shit in 2008, huh? Go ahead. Freeze everything.
It'd be like going to look at a diamond that's in the case.
You can't touch it. And it's your money. Right? People going to start rioting. People going to start robbing. People going to start stealing. You know what I'm saying? People that's been wishing for something like this is really going to go off. So if you're not ready, you're going to be a victim. I'm just saying. And just in case. See, because you got to watch the world news. All over the world. Just think about this. This shit just happened in India. Now I want you to understand that when these collapses happen, it starts small, and then it just keeps on going until somebody steps in, or till somebody steps in and crushes it all. That's what the federal government had to do this time, right? But the federal government is not going to be able to do it this time, right? Because we keep allowing these people like this Donald Trump dude with the billions of dollars. I don't even know what Tom Price purchased shares in a medical device manufacturers days before introducing legislation that will have directly benefited it. Now I want you to understand, they're padding their pockets. And y'all think they're putting all their money in the bank. No, they're investing in silver and gold. At least 10% of all their assets is in silver and gold. So what that means is that if I have $1 billion in the bank, that means I have $100 million in bullion somewhere. Gold and silver bullion, which means that I have the ability to trade regardless. So, so when I lose $1 billion, dots on the screen, I got actual silver when nobody else got nothing. That's what they're doing. They're padding their pockets and they're putting to the side. They're buying gold and silver. Get you some silver. I'm saying gold right now is too high. That's me. I'm not an expert on it, but I'm looking at it and I'm saying, well, damn, how much silver did you have to trade? You still have to trade for gold, but right now gold is just ridiculously high. Silver, you can get about $18 to $20 an ounce. Get you some silver, just a few silver pieces, so that you can make it through the rough time, because it might last. It might last a couple of days. It might last a couple of weeks, right? Couple of silver dimes, get you some silver quarters, because they got ways of telling this. Experts on it will trade you for it, right? So get you some stuff together, right? But they already padding their pockets. I don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so glad that the true faces are being shown. I'm so glad. I'm so happy. Oh, happy days. All right, here we go. Oh, my people. 8 injured at an MLK celebration in Miami. Maybe, hold on, where my explosion at? Maybe y'all ain't get that one. 8 injured at an MLK celebration in Miami. My people. This wasn't a white rally. Nah, this was us. Right? Once again, it don't matter. I'm mad. I got attitude. We don't even fight. It's like they don't even fight no more. They just pull guns and just start shooting. How you shoot at a Martin Luther King rally? You got to feel horrible after shooting at a Martin Luther King rally. You know what I'm saying? Really. You know what I'm saying? Because more than likely, you might be one of the only ones with a gun. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, Martin Luther King and nonviolence. We all know this. At least we assume we all know this, right? You go to the Martin Luther King rally and you take beef to the Martin Luther King rally, right? I'm just hoping that the beef was over $10 million, or I just hope that it was worth it. But unfortunately, I'm constantly disappointed with a lot of the beefs that we be reading about when we doing the news, right? So disappointing. Some of the stuff that we fall out about. This is why I'm saying, right? This is why I'm saying that this happened on the moon day, right? I'm saying that if enough people had Umoja on their mind, right? Umoja just evoking it, you know what I'm saying? Just evoking that word of power, throwing it out in the universe. I'm thinking that some of this stuff would not happen. But then again, I could be wrong, because I was held hostage at gunpoint by a nigga named Umoja before, so I could be wrong, right? Y'all think I'm bullshit. No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Kelvin Moore asks, what are some fermented foods? Real pickles. Not. Sometimes you need to go to some specialty stores or go to some health food stores and look for real fermented food. Fermented foods are like pickles, kimchi, sauerkraut, some fish, real ketchup is fermented, right? So those of you that are interested in fermented foods, you just look them up, right? But make sure you go to a place and you read and make sure it's unpasteurized, because this is how they get us. They get us fermented food like a pickle, but then they'll boil it and kill all the bacteria and the yeast in it. When it's the bacteria and the yeast that makes the fermented food valuable. They got all of us scared of all bacteria and yeast, when there's a large portion of bacteria and yeast that are designed specifically for us. Most human beings do not know that you got 10 trillion human cells. Did you hear what I said? 10 trillion. It's estimated. But you have 100 billion bacteria cells in your body. So in all actuality, human beings are more bacteria, more virus, more yeast than we are human. But you don't learn that, right? You don't want to know that, right? You know that might explain some of y'all behaviors. On to the next. All right. So the dude, The Road to Ruin, the dude that wrote the book, his name is James Ricard. I got a video of him from London to Real. You can watch the first half of it, and then if you are a member of London Real, you can watch the rest of his interview. Very powerful interview, thought-provoking, right? I'm also going through his book, so I'll be covering that a little bit more. Further in the news, Nick Cannon was on Vlad TV, and he was talking about celebs and gangbanging and his personal experience with. And I think that's it for the news. I got some more videos up. I'm posting videos like crazy, so y'all might as well get used to it. So go and click them. Just click them. You know what I'm saying? Just click them. You never know when you're going to get something good, right? I posted up something I got from Sister Shamika, The 6 Secret Powers of Sound. Real interesting. You might want to check that out. All right. Oh, yeah. Bacteria strain men must know about. That's also on the timeline. Go and check that out. He talks about the power of fermented foods. But he's selling his product. Like, you know. You know what I'm saying? He's selling his product. But there you go. All right, so now, let's get into the folktale. You ready to get into the folktale, bro?
Sure.
All right. Thanks for sticking it out with me. Shouts out to Brother D. Let's go and give him a round of applause. I forgot. I'll do that in the morning. Morning routine, willpower. The idea and willpower being limited is being challenged. When you are determined, just is never enough. All right, so those are some thoughts that I had, because every day I try to reflect on some of the things that came to me about the day in question. And these were some of the things. I was just trying to show y'all that I'm not playing. I'm filling out my own form. Now, I hand wrote this one, but I'm also filling out the form, and I suggest that each of you do as well. And also, you go into the video, I give you instructions on how to download the form for your person, right? Those people that do it and do it for 7 days, for 7 days consistently, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving out gifts, right? Whether it's a PDF or if I see you, I got some ambrosia, you getting it, right? Those that support the journey supports you, right? And definitely by spreading the culture and practicing the culture, you helping the journey, all right? All right. On to our friend Aesop. This is translated by George Fallon Thompson, and the story of the day is called The Boy Bathing. The Boy Bathing. Anybody want to join the conversation? Hit us up at 614-556-4535. Once again, that's 614-556-4535. Now I'm gonna read the folktale for y'all right now. A boy bathing in the river was in danger of being drowned. He called out to a passing traveler for help. Help! Help! But instead of holding out a helping hand, the man stood by unconcernedly and scolded the boy for his impudence. "Oh, sir," cried the youth, "pray help me now and scold me afterwards." I know y'all like that. Ain't nothing in that one, Brother Hatem. There's nothing in that one. I'm going to read it again for you, right? Then I'm going to read the moral. I want y'all to look at this one, right? Because I'm going to tie this shit back into the Great Pumpkin. I'm going to tie this shit back into President Obama. I'm going to tie this shit back into American society. I'm going to tie this back into your life. Listen to me. I'm not playing with this shit. When it comes to breaking this shit down, listen. I'm at the tops. I've been doing this. This is what I do. This one right here will change your life. I'm almost guaranteeing it. Listen. Get this one. Get this one because it will put your whole life in perspective, especially first off, on how you see yourself. Second off, how the outside world sees you. Now, Sun Tzu tells us that the person that knows himself only wins 50% of the time. The person that knows only his enemy wins 50% of the time, but the person that knows himself and his enemy, ooh man, wins 100% of the time. This little folktale lets you know a little bit more about your adversary and a little bit more about yourself, a little bit more about your situation, and a little bit more about how other people see your situation. And by knowing this, you learn how to deal and address people when they are approaching you. And then you always got the story to go back on. Always. When somebody trying to hit you with statistics and trying to hit you with facts, you tell a story and you end the story just like, "Oh, sir, please, can you scold me after you pull me out the water?" I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. A boy bathing in the river was in danger of being drowned. He called out to a passing traveler for help. But instead of holding out a helping hand, the man stood by unconcernedly and scolded the boy for his impudence. Now I want you let me go. "Oh, sir," cried the boy, "pray help me now and scold me afterwards." Now, the moral is counsel without help is useless. Brother, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I just want to make sure I'm getting some sound for you. All right. So, I got to make sure you hear for the people. Oh, but I think they can hear you through my mic. Say something now.
Peace.
All right. So I'm trying to make sure the people can hear you. All right. But I don't want the feedback on my mic. So here we go. Y'all ready? Listen. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
The first thing that came to mind was the river kind of being like
the mainstream of the world, and how a lot of times as you get caught up in what's going on with the rest of the world and wanting to jump in and get our feet wet without having proper preparation or experience to get into the mix of things. And then coming across those individuals that may have been along this way for some time, but they're really not concerned about us getting along. Just as long as they're in their world and everything is good for them, it doesn't matter what's going on with anybody else.
Word. Now, go ahead.
And then when the mistake that's been made is kind of, shake their head like, dog, that damn kid, he should have known better. Really, this is what he should have done, but not extend any hand. It also kind of reminds me of another story that Baba Dada used to tell us about somebody falling into a snare or a trap.
Mm-hmm.
First person comes by and says, well, you should do this, this, and this to get out. And then goes on about their way. And the second person comes along and says, well, you should do this, and then that, and that'll get you out. Then finally a third person comes by and jumps down into the hole with the individual and said, well, I fell into this same trap a few years back, and this is how I got out.
Word. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yes, I heard. Maybe somebody else came on. Hold on. I just heard something. Somebody else out there? All right, that's just me hearing things. All right, I'm trying to post up the number for anybody who want to join the conversation. All right. Here we go. I'm 614-556-4535. Now, here we go. Now, so we have a young man who's bathing in the river. First of all, you got to ask the question, why is you bathing in a river? A pond. He bathing in a river. Right? Something that can easily... Huh? Something with a current, right? You know what I'm saying? He's in something that's designed to take your life. Right? He's bathing. So, man comes back for transport, right? So obviously, he in over his head. He's struggling. And it says, I want y'all to be clear on this. He called out to a passing traveler for help. But instead of holding out a helping hand, the man stood by unconcerned and scolded the boy for his impudence. Now, for those that don't understand what that is, because that's old English, right? He didn't scold the boy. He scolded the boy for having the audacity to call him and to ask for help. How dare you ask me for help? How dare you? You know what I'm saying? You should know better than that. You know what I mean? You got to think about this. Think about this mind state, right? How dare you ask me for help? Yeah, I see you in the current. You know what I'm saying? But pull yourself up by your own damn bootstraps. You know what I'm saying? Pull yourself up out the damn water. You know what I'm saying? When it's easy for him to help the boy out the water. He loses nothing. He might get a little bit wet. Just a little bit wet. But he saves this boy's life. We're not talking about the boy. We're not talking about the boy being in such a perilous situation. There's more than this man sticking out his hand and helping pulling this boy out. Right? And even if he do get a bit wet, he is bigger than the boy. He should be able to help the boy out. It's not even a burden. But he's not mad about the fact that he got to get in here and help this boy. He's mad because this boy has the audacity to ask for help. How dare you? How imprudent of you to ask me for help. Now, let's bring it back to our lives. We got individuals in our lives that will see us struggling and will take every opportunity to bang us over our head while we're struggling. You got people like that in life. Right? You ask for help. See, because first thing is, we have to start as we got to be like this boy. And we have to be able to acknowledge the fact that we are being overtaken by something that we were not prepared for, and we have to be willing to ask for help. Every now and then when we ask for help, we're going to have this type of individual who's not mad necessarily because they got to help us, because it's us is no big thing for them. What the big thing is that you have the audacity to ask them. So they want to lecture you. They want to give you advice, right? But what you need is a helping hand.
Or even worse, they want to let you know how unwise you were.
Right. How unwise your decision was getting the shit. Right? Right? Now, we don't know the backstory. See, because on some of these stories, I'm going to start with the backstory. You know what I'm saying? Because this could have been a rich man that this little boy's family was working for. I'm just adding that in. That's just Brother Hatem. Right? This rich man that this boy's family was working for was not paying this boy's family enough so that they even have something at home where he could take it back. They didn't say that the boy was in the river swimming for fun. They said that the boy was in the river doing something that's a necessity. He chose an unwise space to do it. But he was doing something that's a necessity of life, staying clean. Right? So now, this dude is obviously better off than this little boy. Right? Now, I got a question for you. Where is this situation where is this situation evident in an American society? Right? Especially right now. It's crazy how answers just line this up. I want y'all to think about that, right? You have people who has been screaming for help for 400 years. Right? We didn't even get into the goddamn river by ourselves. Somebody pushed us into the motherfucking river. And we've been doing all right. But every time we ask for help, we get checked because you need to pull yourself up out of it. How dare you ask for help? Really, when you listen to the conversations on the national front, when we say anything about reparations or anything about slavery and what's owed to us, you hear, huh? Get over it, right? We in the water drowning. Get over it. Pull yourself up. We brought you over here. Wasn't that enough? We give you welfare. What? How dare you ask us for help? Even though we helped you into the situation that you're presently in. How dare you? Oh, reparations is out the question because it no longer slavery no longer affects you. Right? When these motherfuckers are the first ones that go to statistics, they're the first ones that go to the graphs, right? They be the first one to tell you when the first rainfall hit this. They keep records on everything. You mean to tell me that the people that measure things the most cannot see, understand the fact of the past and the present? Right? Or is it just them being like this guy that's refusing to just stick his hand out? Just get wet a little bit and save this boy. Save these people. Help save these people. But what this tells us, people on the journey, what this tells us is that we may be on our own. We may be on our own. So we better be looking for a foothold. We better start struggling without stop to get up out this goddamn water right now. Still trying to find the help. But we know that this guy wants to do this. Let's read what he wants to do. He wants to lecture us. Oh, sir, cried the youth, pray help me now and scold me afterwards. Help me now. Scold me afterwards. We just been getting the scolding. How dare you want something? We provide your people with free education. We provided you. We took you up out the jungles. Gave you okay health care. We did a fair trade. We fed your people while they work for free. You know what I'm saying? They want to lecture us. You know what I'm saying? All we saying is lecture us after we balance this out. After we balance this out. And in our lives, what we have to start doing, we have to start looking in our personal lives. We have to start looking for these individuals that are like this. That when you are really, really sinking and you are really, really going down, you got to remember those people. And this is why I say remember, right? Oh, that's what that is. You have to remember these people, and this is why. Because you need to thank them when you come back up, when you finally get out, right? Because oftentimes it is the people that let us drown that are responsible for our resurrection. I'm just saying, hard times and struggle, right? Hard times and struggle bring the best out of you, or should, right? But if you ain't on your probiotics, you're gonna quit easily. I'm just telling you what the studies say, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, because we don't have a healthy gut, because we're in the water, we stop swimming. We just give up, right? What I'm saying is, we don't need to stop swimming. We need to keep swimming. We need to keep struggling, whether they give us a hand or not. Even when they giving us a hand, we need to go on and keep on kicking till we all the way up out this water, right? We can't allow the water to overwhelm us in our personal lives, in our tribal life, in our community life, in our national life. We can't allow the water to overcome us. In fact, drowning is not an option. Drowning is not an option, right? We got to push. See, and another reason this is crazy is this story lines up with self-determination, right? Because they gave us the perfect reply to the dude, because we still don't know whether the guy actually helped this young man. We don't know. He left us hanging. Now, the question is, those of you West Asians out there that's listening to the Gye-Nyame journey, will you put your hand out to help? If not, if you do, thank you. If not, we thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because I love when people reveal themselves to me. I love it, right? Because I don't quit. I don't stop, right? And there's a whole generation coming after me that's a little bit more tenacious than I am. A little bit more tenacious than I am, right? And I want y'all to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I just had a thought. So the fact that this boy is in the river, and then it says that he called out to a passing traveler. So what if this traveler was in a boat or was a merchant? So the reason why he was unconcerned or was upset, the fact that the boy was in the river in the first place, because he was impeding his progress of where he was trying to get to. His thought was that if I stop to help this individual who is obviously in a position or a place that not supposed to be in, or doesn't have the mode of transportation to actually navigate this arena. Not even wanting to reach out, because I even think it's, sometimes even some of our own people, and in this case, I guess you can think of some of our elders who are still holding on to the baton or the torch and don't want to pass it on to those who are coming behind them.
I didn't even look at it from that angle. Because that goes back to the original point that you had. You jumping in the river. You said only a fool or a young person measures the depth of a river with both feet.
That's right.
Just jumped in, and the passerby could be the elder. That's whole. You know what I'm saying? That has the proper way to do this, and is not passing that baton. So I didn't even look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's so the powerful part about these folk tales, because they're open ended. We could look at them 1,000 different ways, right? What struck me is the fact. I mean, the boy's response, the young man's response, right? Sir, help me first. You could scold me after. You see what I'm saying?
After I'm safe.
After I'm safe. After I'm sitting there looking you in your eye. After I'm not spitting up water.
After I'm actually able to comprehend and take in what you're trying to share with me.
You know what I'm saying? But like you said, maybe they do. Maybe this young man is impeding this man's travel. You know, I'm in a hurry. You know, because a lot of us be in hurries too. In hurry all the time. So we run right past a lot of people that need us in life. You know what I'm saying? They need our help. They need our helping hand. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then also coming from the man's thing, dude, I wasn't planning to do all this. I mean, have you been in a situation when you on your way to somewhere and somebody needs something and you might have a suit on? Or you dapper. But all of a sudden somebody needs it. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, I'm not about to get out here and you want me to do what? Oh man. Yo. But we have reached the 10 o'clock hour, and I try to keep the shows to an hour or so. So I want to thank Brother D. I want to for calling in. I want to thank the people that was watching live for a minute, and those that may still be watching live. I don't know who's watching or whatever. I want to thank everybody that sent me a like. But remember, like, subscribe, and most importantly, share. All right, check us out on YouTube. You go to Hot Tim on YouTube. I'm posting them up on there because I got more people on there than I got on the Gye-Nyame journey. And eventually, we'll be able to use the Gye-Nyame journey for other things because we're gonna have young people creating stuff as well. Because it's becoming so easy to create content, and that's what we're gonna do. Allow the journey to provide you with some quality content on these social networks. Allow us to provide you with positive videos because I'm not going to be the only one producing videos. I'm not going to be the only one writing books. All those that take the Iguza Saba Challenge for at least 7 days, you know, because I'm going to be able to see if you signing in, I'm going to be able to see it. And I'm going to give you something free. Whether it's a bottle of ambrosia, whether it's my latest book coming out, whether it's one of my older books, you know what I'm saying? You just let me know what it is you want, and I got you, right? I'll work it out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm willing because anybody that's in support of the culture is in support of the journey. All right. Also remember to check us out on Patreon. It's patreon.com/G&J. Right? You know what I'm saying? You could go on and help the journey because, like I said, we're constantly trying to get tense. We're constantly now. One of the things I want to work on, I want to get into hiking. Right? Hiking equipment is expensive, so you know what I'm saying. That means we got a lot more equipment to buy. But I keep hearing about these train trips, and I would love to be able to take a bus down to one of these train stations and load the kids up on the bus on the train and ride from wherever the train leave in Ohio all the way out west, maybe to the Pacific Ocean, and maybe even do a layover at the Grand Canyon. And I'm thinking that we might be able to do something like that for like $500-$600 a piece. You know what I'm saying? That'd be like a 5, 6, 7 day trip where we are able to experience the country, this big country, with our children, with our young people, our personal kids as well as our adopted kids, travel across the country. I think that'd be dope. You know what I'm saying? Travel through the desert, travel through the mountains, get off and see the Grand Canyon, and then get to see the Pacific Ocean. And then, you know, lay over a couple of days out in California for a couple of days at a hotel or something. Go somewhere in California, meet some new friends, new family, get back on the, or better yet, maybe even find a camping area out, maybe in the red, I don't know, in the Redwood Forest, I don't know. Do something out there that's not expensive. Take our equipment, go camp out, come back to the train station, and ride all the way back home. Hell, and maybe go all the way to New York so that we can see the Atlantic Ocean. Jump right back on the train and go to Ohio. Because I'm telling you, this type of stuff is stuff that we need to start getting our kids to experience. And then, on top of that, start moving into international travel. Not only just for the kids, but for adults as well. And by people donating, we're going to be able to bring the prices down so that we can make some of these things attainable for people. Because I'm telling you, once you go to Ghana, once we start hitting Mexico, once we start hitting these other places, and our young people and some of the grown folks start seeing how other people live around the world, they'll come back here and be on the hustle and be on the grind. Because it changes your life when you see people struggle. You know what I'm saying? When you know, because I'm not talking about just traveling to another place and staying in a resort. No. I don't travel like that. So I can't set up a trip like that. No, you got to see the peoples, right? You stay in a nice hotel or whatever, but we got to mingle. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got to see where somebody live. You got to see, you know what I'm saying? You got to see the daily hustle. You got to get up early in the morning and see what everybody doing, right? While you in the hotel eating the buffet, I want you to see what people outside of the area where they make look nice for you. I want you to see it for yourself so that you can understand what Brother Hatim means when I say everybody in the world wants your position. My kids don't understand me when I say that. The adults I'm working with, a lot of them don't understand me when I say this, right? You got people praying to be in your position, praying to be able to go to a faucet and turn on running water, hot or cold, praying, right? Oh my God. Free lunch at school? Free school? You know what I'm saying? Man, please. You know what I'm saying? So this determination, Kuji Chagalia, on this Kuji Chagalia day, I'm looking for ways to get focused on being able to provide my tribe with experiences that will open up their minds and open up their hustle. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to that heart hustle, right? You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all out there, a lot of y'all out there hustling with your stomach, right? I need heart hustlers. I don't need stomach hustlers, right? Because stomach hustlers stop as soon as his belly is full. I need people with heart hustle, where you hustling because it's the right thing. It's from your heart, right? You hustling from the heart. I need heart hustlers. I don't need stomach hustlers, right? You greedy bastards. You know what I'm saying? You hustle till your greed is you know what I'm saying? Till your greed, till you get satisfied. You hustle just enough. You hustling from your stomach. I need people hustling from their heart. Gye-Nyame, I need Gye-Nyame, all the Warriors Nation. I need heart hustlers. I don't need stomach hustlers, right? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, this is Brother Hatim. Brother D, you got some closing words for us?
Yeah, I got your new tagline for you.
What's that?
It's not about the destination, it's about the Gye-Nyame journey.
It's not about the destination, it's about the Gye-Nyame journey. About that fear none journey. That unless God journey. It's about that journey, man. Get on your heart hustle, man. See, oh man, and that fits in with self-determination. Let me write that down. God damn it. Heart hustle fits in with Kuji Chagalia. So this is Brother Hatim. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, whether you watching live, whether you are podcasting. And once again, I say, like, subscribe, but most importantly, share. I need you to share, right? I need you to share, right? So this is Brother Hatim and Brother D. We are out. Peace. Shouts out to brother Shaka Hasbury for the music.